Hey guys, this is Honey and welcome to my channel. I am the owner and founder of LetHoneyKnow.com. That's where you can visit me at on my website. And we're here today to talk about a few things. A few of you have kind of hit me up and wanted to know, how do you get into corporate America? So stay tuned. Alright guys, so let's kind of dive into it. A lot of people have hit me up and asked me, how did I begin my career in corporate America? And I'm going to be honest with you, it actually just kind of happened. I came home from the military and started at a government defense company and didn't quite realize that that would actually be the foundation for what my career is today. A lot of you probably don't know that I'm actually certified in configuration management. Yeah, I know you're like, what is that? We'll get to that. But now I'm currently in human resources, and that's actually where I started when I was in the military. And the reason why I want to talk to you about how to get started in corporate America is because there are a few things that you can do to ensure your own personal success, because no two journeys will look the same. They'll all be different. There may be different things or different skills that you need, different degrees. And let's face it, it's up to you to decide, what you feel comfortable with. But there are a few things that actually are pretty standard with getting into corporate America. And the first one is going to be your cover letter and your resume. Those two things right there actually are pretty much like your 24/7 advertisement outside of a website. The reason why I say that is because your cover letter can be used for various things. You can use your cover letter to actually describe some of the things that you may like doing. Like if you have any extracurricular hobbies, maybe you are getting into the software engineering field, or just like me, you're in human resources, you may want to talk about a few things that led you to this actual career path. So that cover letter is pretty much that conversation without actually being in front of a person, but it gives them a chance to get to know a little bit about who you are as a person outside of all of your work and your skills that you actually have. Because sometimes I've looked at people's cover letters and then I see their resume and they're almost doing the same. So you want to make sure that that cover letter is actually serving a purpose, especially depending on what industry you're deciding to take part in and go into. Like I said, if you're in a technical field, you may want to tell about your history of how you got to liking computers, or how you got to liking tech and coding and things like that. And again, like configuration management, I love anything that's dealing with organization, structure, and just plain old being able to find the things that I like. So that's what your cover letter is. It's that I guess you could say like that unbiased conversation before they look at your resume and your skills. Now, everyone pretty much should have a resume. If you don't, go ahead and hit me up because you need to get started. But that resume, you want to make sure that it serves a purpose. So it's all about what information do you put first. Well, the first thing that you should have at the top of your header should actually be your name. Your contact information, of course, because let's face it, after someone's read your resume, the worst thing you want to have happen is them not have a way to reach out to you. You don't necessarily have to put your full address up there. I actually have chosen not to on mine. I do have the city and the state up there, but I make sure I have a valid phone number that I'm going to answer when they call. And you also want to make sure that you have a good email address up there. Now, we'll talk about email handles a little later. I'm pretty sure, like again, being in HR, you've seen some pretty weird ones. So if there's any HR professionals out there, I know you probably could tell me some of the weirdest ones. Drop them in the comments. Let me know which ones that you've seen. I personally would advise you to go create a professional email to use when applying for jobs, or Gmail is free. Create an additional account just strictly for that. That way you don't miss any updates, potential interviews, or it gives recruiters a way to communicate with you as well, outside of just calling you. Because this day we're in the digital age, everyone values their time and self-care. We all have these different schedules that we're all on, so let's face it, you want to be able to check that email and have emails sent to you from potential job opportunities that may come your way. So that is our first thing. Now our second one is networking. This one should seem like it is a easy one, but actually for some, especially due to the C word I won't mention and everyone being home for the last few years, some people are still kind of scared to get out here and mingle with people. But what we fail to realize is that there's a way that you can actually network with people that you already know. I mean, if you have family and friends, this is that time to reach out when you're at that Sunday dinner or you're at that next family reunion or gathering with, your fellow friends, and just say, hey, I'm currently looking for employment or something in my field. Have you heard anything? Remember, people can't read your mind. They don't know that you're actually looking to get into corporate America or switch fields. So it is important for you to make sure that you're using the resources that are already readily available to you. I mean, there are a lot of companies out here that you can actually pay. And I'll probably list a few of them below in the descriptions. But if you're one of those, you're like, look, I'm very frugal right now. I'm really not trying to spend a lot of additional money. Then guess what? Networking right now with your with your family, your friends, and believe it or not, if you trust them, some of your colleagues, they may be even to tell you as well, like, hey, there's this other position that I feel that you may be a good fit for if it's internal, and network actually right there at your job. Reach out to your HR department. A lot of companies are doing like their bonuses and merit increases right now. So this is a good time to let your management know, like, hey, I really enjoy my time here at this company. Are there ways that I can actually advance here within my already work family? Because let's face it, it's nothing worse than trying to switch companies and move around in this weird market right now. So if you can do that and network within your company, it's even better. Okay, so number 3, this is the big one that I've seen a lot of people kind of dropping the ball on because it gets overlooked and some people feel like it may be a little oversaturated, and that's social media. Now, you can't really advertise on all platforms that you're looking for work because you're gonna get a bunch of different responses. But there is one in particular social media platform that actually caters to you finding employment. And if you've already been on this site, you probably already know what I'm about to say, but it's LinkedIn. A lot of us right now, we have LinkedIn profiles. We use it to communicate with some of our current coworkers, previous coworkers, and also just kind of see what the job market is like at this time. But if you're a person that was recently laid off, because we know that there are some companies that have had some significant layoffs here lately, between Google, I think, what is it, Amazon, and there are a few other companies that have laid off a lot of employees. So we want to make sure that these workers are properly using their social media platform to get them that next opportunity. You want to make sure that it's structured in a way where people know, 1, what you do, 2, what are your skills? What are some things that, what you do, but what do you actually like doing? And the reason why I put that as a 2-part question as well is because sometimes when you're on social media, everyone feels like they have to kind of hone in and be just strictly their job. But a job feels even better when you actually like doing it. So you want to make sure on your LinkedIn profile, if you're going to use that for social gathering and networking to get into corporate America, talk a little bit about the things that you actually like doing. Like and comment and share some of the posts that actually align with things that mean something to you or that you find value in them. That does mean a lot. It does give someone that is actually looking at your profile a chance to get to know a little bit about you. So, point number 4, let's see what this one's going to be. The big one, appearance. I think a lot of times we feel that we're not going to dress this way because it gets presumed as, oh, I don't want to look like I'm too corporate, or I don't want to look like I'm too laid back. One thing I can tell you though about your appearance is just make sure you present well. Depending on where you're going to work and what industry you're deciding to go into, that may deter you from wanting to wear certain types of clothes, and I get it. Like if you're a person that's going to be into like the makeup and the beauty industry, of course you probably want to come in there looking a little high fashion and things like that. But if you're going to be like an engineer, software, tech, or someone maybe working a help desk like that, or even maybe like I said in manufacturing, you know, a good old pair of slacks and a nice polo and some casual shoes, that's actually a good outfit for you to show up in. Make sure that your hair is, you know, nice and clean, neatly, and it's groomed. I mean, you could tell I have locks, but they're not all over the place. They're not frizzy. So you can't use that as an excuse, guys. If you have locks, you know, you want to make sure that there are ways to keep your hair nice and clean and maintain and present well. Like I said, that's just part of presenting who you are, and also good posture. Of course, you don't have to come in, ladies. I know some of you may be concerned about coming in with like lots of makeup and things. I'm just going to tell you like this. Come in as your best version of who you are, because in actual reality, that is what your employer wants to see. They want to see you. They want to see what do you have to bring to this company and what do you have to offer and offer their brand. So again, guys, those are just a few of my tips I feel that could help you get out here and kind of enter into the corporate America field if you have not already done so. If you have, drop below some additional tips. I mean, right now we do have a lot of people that have graduated from college. You know, you have your high schoolers that'll be graduating in a couple of months and they may be considering going straight into the workforce. It would be nice for them to look at this video and actually scroll through the comments and see some of the tips that helped you gain your first job in corporate America. So again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like the content that I'm delivering and you want some more of it, go ahead and hit that bell. So again, y'all, this is Honey from LetHoneyKnow.com. Signing out. Bye.